Okay, we hope you're all ready because today we're introducing something quite revolutionary. We are about to paint Boracay orange. The color orange can mean a lot of things. The warm smiles of people, locals and tourists, the orange sunset, which serves as a reminder to pause, reflect, and reset. Orange can also be the shape of the future, of opportunity and infinite possibilities. As the world begins to open up again, and with the restrictions easing up, we've seen a steady increase in tourist foot traffic and locals returning to Boracay. At the same time, we also witnessed the transition to a cashless society, including here on the sunny shores of Boracay. Of course, we want you to enjoy seamless connections and transactions while here on vacation, while making sure that we are continuously helping the local community grow. This is exactly where the Orange Platform, or TOP, comes in to connect and create our very own Orange Circle. Now, to tell you more about what I'm talking about, we have here the TOP leadership and TOP executives joining us this afternoon. We have here the TOP Managing Director, Mr. Peter Lingatong, Chief Technical Officer, Mr. Joseph Talpoco, our President and CEO, Ms. Princess Consing, and the TOP Founder and Chairman, Mr. Jose Joel Consing. All right. So welcome everyone, welcome to the TOP executives. I'm sure you're just as excited to share with us all the knowledge, all the new exciting things that the Orange Platform has to bring here to Boracay. So now let us not forget another important member of the TOP leadership is also here to welcome everyone to the Orange Platform, the Chief Operating Officer, Mr. Bong Fajardo. Yes, okay. So now I'll turn you over to Mr. Bong Fajardo for the opening remarks.
Right, good afternoon everyone. Good day to all of you. Finally, we're seeing in the flesh after 2 years. Alright, we're delighted to see you all here in the flesh after 2 years of this global pandemic. And I hope this will end very soon. That's 2 years too long. And I hope it won't continue anymore. Within this couple of years, a lot of changes have happened to all of us. To you, to me, their families, their companies as well. The pandemic has definitely shut down opportunities, boxing us in with nowhere to go to see but the four corners of our homes, unfortunately. We confined indoors has left us to see things in black and white. But today, we're here to add color, a very vibrant color. We're here to bring light and warmth by introducing the Orange Platform. One question you may ask is, why orange? According to Wassily Kandinsky, a Russian painter and an art theorist, orange is red, brought nearer to humanity by yellow. Let me repeat that. Orange is red, drawn near to humanity by yellow. We've learned as children that orange is a mix of a powerful color, red, and the ever vibrant yellow. But diving deeper, orange represents so much more to many around this world. Some associate the color orange with joyful meanings. This color also sparks energy to anyone who sees it as the color of our magnificent sunrises, sunsets, and of course, the sun itself. It brings forth feelings of warmth and comfort. Cultures worldwide recognize it as a color representative of many meanings. In Eastern culture, it's a color symbolic of luck and prosperity, while in Hinduism, it represents fire and purity. In today's polarized world of black and white, we chose orange as the name of the community, as its color most symbolizes the values which we stand for. The Orange Platform's brings together a virtual circle with an enabling, innovative, and inclusive mindset that allows realizing value and connections. We created the Orange platform to house an inclusive community, creating an avenue for consumers and businesses to directly connect through the ecosystem that provides for their needs with convenience, providing a means of transaction and growth while promoting sustainable development. Yes, sustainable development. Sustainability, citizen engagement, and exponential tech are our platform's key constants to a thriving, successful digital community. We look forward to seeing you grow and be part of this thriving community. Ladies and gentlemen, see you around the Orange platform.
More about the Orange platform. This exciting new platform will surely help empower Filipino entrepreneurs and customers alike to grow their network and circles. It's so good to know that brands like the Orange platform put our local communities as part of their top priorities. It's also very interesting to learn the history behind the platform. You can really feel the founders' passion when you speak to each and every one of them, which you'll be able to have that opportunity later. Passion in providing a convenient, inclusive, not to mention sustainable means to drive a thriving digital community. And all we have to do is download the TOP.ph app on the App Store and the Google Play Store. So if you have not yet downloaded the app, I suggest you download it right now, mind your oranges, and win some exciting prizes. All right. I'm sure our friends from the media are here, already have some questions. But I'd like to remind everyone to please wear your masks and follow safety protocols. Kindly practice social distancing. All right. So may we invite our TUP executives to join us again for the Q&A session. Okay, but first I have several questions that I will ask to help the media better understand what is the Orange platform. Okay, so let's start with the first question. This is directed to any one of the executives, so anyone can choose to answer at any time. How did the app start? And how did the leadership come together as a group? How did this all begin?
Okay, thank you. Okay, hi everyone. It's great to see you all here. And let me take that answer. That question. So I was actually inspired by this book written by a lady named Kate Raworth. Kate Raworth is an economist, and after going through academia, she realized that many of the economic policies, or basically economic policies that are being implemented across the world now, is not really looking towards solving the problems of the 21st century. So what she did was she came up with a new economic theory and wrapped it up in the economic, it's called the donut economy, she's called. And so it's really about creating an economy where it's a circular economy. So the way today, for example, the way the economy works is quite linear. So when you build a product, you basically extract, you create that into a product, and once you use it, you basically throw it away. So from a donut economy's perspective, it's about basically creating a circular economy, i.e. being able to make use of those which have been previously used in order that it doesn't find itself into trash at time. So what we said was, it would be fantastic if I could create such a community, except that it requires a lot of wealth. But certainly, we can create this in the digital world. And it's exactly what inspired us to bring this community together, i.e. create a community that promotes a circular economy that basically recognizes the individuality of each person, that each and every one of us have got our own way, we've got our own needs and own way of consuming, And also we want to be able to promote behaviors on the platform that in turn will find itself in the real world. So that's basically what's all about.
Okay, thank you for that. Thank you, Mr. Joel. All right, what support can local businesses here in Boracay expect from the partnership with the Orange platform?
Yeah, to answer that question, one of the first thing that the Orange company does is to put up the office here inside the Boracay Island, so that when users who downloaded the app has some complaints or how to use it, they can easily walk in our office, and our technical and CSR will guide them on how to do things right. Thank you.
Okay, now I will open the floor to questions from the press. If anyone has any questions, please just raise your hand and a mic will be brought to you.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Tanya Lara. I just have the most obvious question. There are 1 million Filipinos who use GCash. 35 million use PayMaya. Do you think the market has room for a third mobile payment platform? And how do you intend to get part of that pie?
Great question. Thanks very much, Sarah. So, a few things. So, let me add to the statistic. Okay. So, in 2019, there was roughly about $5.08 billion worth of digital transactions captured. The central bank basically is expecting that to hit about 12.8 billion US dollars, or 20.8 billion US dollars by 2026. Well, digital transactions basically. Right? And what we want to be able to do is to be able to participate in that ecosystem. Right? So we feel that, okay, so first of all, thank you very much for comparing us to GCash, for example, or PayMaya. So we take that as a fantastic compliment. But that's basically not us. Okay, what we are is a community building platform. What they are is a payment platform. So from our perspective, our objective is to be able to create a community that promotes all that we believe in, that is embodied or represented in the color, and also the culture and the values that we basically want to be able to promote. And within that community, be able to capture all the activities by way of transactions under our payment module. But the payment itself is basically not the business. If the promotion of the community is what the value is basically what we're bringing in to the market. So that's what differentiates us.
Yeah, another question. What is the big dream for the Orange platform?
I beg your pardon?
What is the biggest dream? What is your biggest goal? That every jeepney driver will accept it, every balloon vendor will accept it, and you think it's possible. And what is the calendar today?
Sure. So, what we're looking for is inclusion, right? So, yes, we've identified GP drivers right now. The reality is that, when we talk about inclusion, we are talking about everyone. Right? So, hence, what we intend to do is to go to different regional provinces. We intend to be able to bring into the digital world even those who, for example, today don't have access to smartphones. We can today send money to you through the Orange platform without your having a phone, A, and B, without your having a digital platform today. That's already available. We can, if you download your platform, if you download top.ph today, if you go to the wallet, if you go to the cash module, you'll be able to do that. So it is available today. So that basically allows us to reach people, right, who you and I perhaps today are not able to engage with because of the fact that they don't have a smartphone, right? But what we intend to do is to make it inclusive such that we will begin making them part of our community. This is what the Orange platform is all about.
Okay, next question.
Okay, Maryam Kennedy, Boracay Duterte. Sir, is this the first time of your digital digital concept? Is this the first time that's being introduced in the Philippines?
I believe so. You know, as a matter of fact, if you come across magazines, they talk about. You may have come across the term super app, right? Our competitors consider themselves super apps. We don't consider ourselves a super app. We consider ourselves a colossal app. Because what you will be able to find out when you go into the Orange platform is if you go, for example, to the interest module, you will be able to see a peek into what the future will look like. You will see there that we are creating apps within an app. Right? So this is not just a payment platform. Rather, watch out for two modules. The growth of the interest module, which today has got a travel mode, which if you click into, you'll be able to get to Boracay, and some which you can now buy or be able to avail of services and more actually over a period of time. If you go to the wallet, okay, pardon me, if you stay within interest, you will see, I would say, much more applications that will be unveiled over the next 6 months. One of those that we will be unveiling would be also involving merchants. So I would say in the next quarter and a half, we will have greater capabilities that you will see would combine the capabilities of two existing individual platforms out there. But I can't talk about it at the moment. It's going to be unveiled, and we want to keep that as part of life, as a surprise. Right? So in our case, that's the way we do it. We develop over time, and we unveil over time. We're not out there to brag about what we intend to do, because again, we want you to experience it as you basically do it. Right? And that's how you fall in love with things, in my opinion, and that's how we intend to create stories.
Okay, for sure, sir, this will also evolve in the future. My next question is, why did you just go Boracay as one of the great areas?
That's a great question. That's a fantastic question. Thank you for asking. Why Boracay? Well, first of all, you've got the most beautiful orange sunset anywhere around the country. No one basically will beat the sunset of Boracay. So hence, it is logical for us to start Orange where it is most orange everywhere, and we can't find a better place than here. That's number one. Second is we believe that we can create value not just to the merchants, not just to the community, but even to those tourists, both domestic and international, who come here. And we also believe that this market is ripe enough to be able to make use of an alternative to basically what's out there. We are here to present to you the Orange platform, which will be delivering value over a period of time, products which will be unveiled, and I would say very exciting plans ahead of us. There was a question earlier as to what our long-term vision is. I'm going to basically link it to the color orange. When we put this platform together, top of my mind really was ESG. What it is that we can do through this platform that promotes the environment, social connection, and promote governance. And basically, these are the concepts that are at the back of our mind whenever we execute new products within the app. Now, I talked about, Bong described orange, but one of the things that he missed is that orange represents the power of the sun. And we believe that orange represents the power of renewable energy. So, to the question, how the future looks, one day you will see orange linked to renewable energy. And that's what orange is all about.
Hello, yes, good afternoon. I'm Alan. The challenge for an app, especially for the community, is on how to educate them on how to use it. Since you mentioned, Sir Joel, that this is a community platform, what is our approach or what is our strategy to this application to be user-friendly to our community?
That's a great question, Alan. Thank you very much. So, the user friendliness basically of the community starts with the app. Yeah? So, the app will speak for itself. The way we intend to propagate the use of the app will be as follows. Number one is, apart from having people that we hire locally, who knows the culture, speaks the language, loves the place as much as we do the app, we'll be out there activating and educating the market. That's number two. Once we have that, and once we've got the apps out there, we will then be able to inspire them, hopefully, be able to transition from the ESG attitude that one develops by using the app into the real world. So from an environment perspective, for example, one of the things that we were doing was a portion, for example, of our earnings is going to be dedicated to, say, managing or, well, we've got very specific plans which we can't talk about yet because it's still being, the contracts are still being signed. But suffice it to say that the value or the economic or the, I would say, the environment rather, is going to be the biggest winner in certain of the activities that we are actually pursuing. And hopefully that will really inspire people to actually make use of it. Because they will realize that whilst they're using it, they are actually helping the environment. That's the algorithm and the connection we are basically creating for the future.
All right, we can entertain one more question from the press.
Good afternoon. I'm Carla. I just want to ask, what are the financial institutions connected to this app?
Carla, thanks for that question. So basically, on the wallet side, if one can top up from the usual BankNet list of banks. I think there are about 70 banks that's part of BankNet. You can also move in and out of the three other apps there: GCash, PayNaya, and Correct. But equally important for the future, actually, would be the fact that you can start. Well, you would be able to start paying around using Orange's own QR code. So basically, that's how we intend to do it. So directly via QR code, through the wallets, and through the 73 banks that are part of the BankNet community, and similarly with individual contracts that we will be getting into, such as the convenience stores that are out there. We can't name them yet because we haven't signed them up yet, but that's definitely one of the points there.
Okay, last question. Okay, we need to entertain one last question.
There are, say, rumors or conspiracy theories that the monetary value of money will evolve in the future. With money, cash, if that happens, how would you find orange fruit to be? How would you
Sorry, do you mind repeating the question?
money,
Yeah, okay.
the cash?
Yes.
There are rumors that it will not be relevant anymore in the future.
Money will not be relevant anymore.
That is cash.
Okay, I hear you.
Yeah.
Fiat.
Yeah.
Fiat.
Yeah. So how is that, what's your plan to meet that?
Great question. Really. So, in fact, that was the core, basically, of what the platform is all about. If you take a look at cryptos, so obviously, if you're talking about one day money will no longer be relevant, then obviously you're talking about cryptos taking over. Right? So, if you take a look at the cryptos that are out there, whether it's Bitcoin, ETH, any of them, the value of these is actually coming from two things. One is ubiquity, meaning how spread it is and how many are actually using it. And number two, the value, basically, that it could appreciate because of the fact that it's a very limited and finite number of coins that are out there. So, on its own, for example, Bitcoin, it has to rely upon merchants basically to say, I am now going to begin accepting Bitcoin. From our perspective, we did it differently. From our perspective, first, we wanted to create the community. And once the community is there, then we can make use of our own currency. And that's exactly why, if you go to top.ph, one of the things that you can do is to mine orange cryptos for free at this point in time. Why? Because one day we will monetize this. There will be value in so far as this crypto is going to be concerned. Except that now we're allowing it to be mined for free. And once we've got the proper merchants in place, then it can be monetized, it can be used as to be spent within that. That's why. But what are we looking at in the future? So this is again where our love for the environment is, and I've said this actually before. One of our main objectives for this app, for this platform, is to basically create the ability to decarbonize spending. Do you guys understand that? Right? So we want to be able to decarbonize spending through the Orange App. I'm not going to tell you guys how we're going to get there because our competitors might actually get rid of it. But that is the long-term objective. We are going to be decarbonizing spending through the orange cryptos on the Orange platform.
Okay, we can take another question, please.
Thank you for inviting us. I'm Arnel. Usually while goes that the Orange platform can be used without using a smartphone. How?
What's your phone number? I'll send you money now. I'm serious. Who's got a, who among you have got a non-smartphone?
Please raise your hand. That's free money.
No smartphones. One of you guys, analog phone. Analog phone. Tell me. Now, you have not downloaded Top.ph. You don't have a smartphone. Give me your phone number, I'll send you money now.
Anyone with an analog phone?
Okay, while waiting, sir, while waiting.
Seriously, any one of you guys who have got, okay, what's your number? What's your number?
Hi, please come forward.
An analog, non-smartphone who does not have Top.ph on their phone, give me your number, I will send you money.
Boss, please, come forward.
And can you please tell us what's the amount transferred to you?
First is, boss, ano yung telephone number nila?
Kuya, ano number mo?
0910
101 391 Sir, 910 3101 391
Boss, ulitin ka lang. 0910-310-1391. Tama po ba? So I just put his phone number on my phone. And what's happening with the internet here?
Listen.
Okay. Ano pong pangalan nila? Dennis.
Yes.
Okay, what's your last name?
De La Cruz.
Galing Dennis, isang N lang. 1 N.
Please speak your text. Kapag kayo lang magpapalawos ko yung text sabihin ko sa amin. So first of all, why did we get his name? Right? We got his name.
Oh, there's a message.
There's a message. What does the message say?
It says, pakibasa po kuya.
December 2001.
Amazing, amazing.
So now that he's got this, right? So he can now go to our pod. Our pod is in the office.
Yes.
He now shows his ID. My name is Dennis De La Cruz, and we'll give him his 2,000 pesos.
There you go. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
So this is what the Orange platform is all about. This is what inclusive means. You don't need to be able to afford a smartphone for you to be part of our community. All you need to do is to want to be part of it, and you'll be part of it.
And this we use for international payments or transaction.
Not yet, but eventually we will. So at the moment, we're only doing local. When we get our international payment gateway, you will now be able to do that to and from. But for now, we're only going to do it.
My gosh, that was absolutely amazing. Can you believe? Wala kang ang TOPPH app, you have money already. So if I were you, go to the App Store, go to the Google Play Store and download the TOP app. I've been using it for several months. I've been mining my Orange cryptos, and when the value comes out, I'll be a very happy camper. So if I were you, do the same. So with that, that actually concludes our press con, but don't worry, this was not the main event yet. Our main event is at 5:30 or 5:40, which is the Orange Hour launch. This will be a very, very big launch, very big party, a lot of things happening, and I'm talking to all of you guys outside there that you're all welcome to join. You're all welcome to enter Epic and experience the Orange platform. So thank you very much to our TOP executives for shedding light on the amazing platform. We are so excited for what is to come. Thank you so much, our friends of the press. We will see you in 20 minutes for the big main event. All right, thank you.